Good evening. I'm Enari Darklor and welcome to Churikwa.
My name is Karina Punasomalainen. I'm about to get married, and honest, I'm absolutely thrilled that my last name is about to change. I have to tell you about the hardships I've gone through, all because I'm the witch daughter. A long time ago, back in 1631, when my older siblings were still young, my family moved to Basa. We used to live in Rubesi. According to my parents, farming no longer provided enough, so they decided that moving was the option, and the land in Basa was better. My father, Simo, was deeply devoted to farming, and my mother, Marquetta, besides being very skilled at work in the land, was a healer. From a young age, she taught me to heal using the gifts of the earth. She used plants, roots, and other natural remedies to treat ailments. And because of her extensive knowledge in this area, many people sought her out. Her fame grew to such an extent that there were always people who would pay my mother to ease their ailments. But there were also plenty of people who took offense at everything. Some began to say that she was also a witch and that through her magic we were able to improve our lives. My mother, too, played along, confirming that she was one, as she explained, so that people would respect us and not harm us, which of course was completely counterproductive. One day, my father's cousin, Pekka, came to collect a debt. Apparently, before we moved from Ropesi, my mother had borrowed money from him so we could live without having a part with the few belongings we had to work fields. Uncle Pekka didn't need the money at that time. He was a merchant and knew about the financial difficulties we were facing, so he never said anything. In fact, according to my father, he even said it wasn't necessary to pay him back. But when he found himself in a tight spot after losing his merchandise in a landslide, and upon hearing that my mother, as a healer, was doing wonderfully, that's when it occurred to him to demand repayment of the debt. I don't know if we could have afforded to pay him or not, but when my mom refused and said that we were doing well, but that it was impossible to pay him everything, that's what made my uncle get angry and, after hitting her, issue this warning, since according to him, it was the only way to protect himself from her curses.
You'll pay dearly for this.
This led to the authorities coming after my mother a few days later. Since my uncle Pekka accused her of witchcraft, suddenly other people to whom he had told this, or who had even heard rumors that she was a witch, began making more accusations against her. Some said she felt singled out. Someone else recalled falling ill. Others claimed they'd had arguments with her because her fault. And still others said that simply by having spoken with my mom, misfortunes had befallen them. And so the list of evidence against her kept growing. In 1655, the whole situation worsened. People who fear us claimed that if they didn't give my mother something in payment for healing them, or simply share a little of their food or crops with her, they would be cursed. All of this reached the bishop's ears, which led to the case being brought before the courts. The accusations eventually formed such a long list that, combined with the previous ones, it would take me too long to recount them all to you. What I can tell you is that in 1566, a woman, the daughter of the tailor, Kirsty Rodon-Victor, suffered from a strange affliction. She would lose her mind and shake uncontrollably. Evil spirits were controlling her body, and mom was treating her for her ailments. But on the very day she refused to give my mom butter, supposedly out of fear of her affliction resurfaced. Since she was pregnant, blood-soaked creatures resembling frogs emerged from her womb. Everyone, absolutely everyone, feared her. And as if that were enough, a woman with the same name as my mother, Marketta Parkoinen, accused her, claiming she had seen my mother attending covens at Kyopelinvuori, that my mother frequented this place, Parkoinen riding a pig and my mother in a black calf. Kyopelinvuori, according to an ancestral place where only unmarried women could go, along with witches and some children, and who were dragged there were a tribute to the devil, dance, eat, and have fun. A lot happened. Mom went to prison, and so did Parkoinen. My mother was also charged with the death of Chaplain Basinius, and on August 7, 1658, they both were sentenced. Parkoinen, who had accused my mother and then recanted, my mother to be beheaded and their bodies burned, to be buried later outside consecrated ground. And that is what happened. To my misfortune, my father was also accused of practicing witchcraft and was fine. But the worst part was that I was accused of the same thing. Since I was their daughter, it was likely that I was guilty as well. I did everything I could. I appeared before the court and fortunately managed to clear my name, although I never stopped hearing whispers because of all this. Ever since the accusations began, I stopped using what she taught me. I was angry and frustrated that, in the end, it worked because for some time now, I've just been an ordinary woman and not simply the witch daughter. What do you think? Do you think my mother really went to those meetings, or did people simply decide to get rid of her? I just pray that if it is later, justice will be served sooner or later.